If you're thinking about moving to Lawton, Oklahoma, you need to hear both sides of the story. So today, I will be breaking down the pros and cons of living in Lawton, Oklahoma to see if it's the right fit for you. Let's jump in. So here we are. We're at con number 1, limited entertainment. Man, if you're coming from a big city, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Fort Worth area, you're really coming to a small town. Lawton has its small town feel. I think we have one dance club in Lawton, Scooters, southwest of town, but it's about your only place to go dance if that's something you're interested in. The rest of them are just kind of like beer joints, bar joints, whatnot. So another thing is concerts. We don't have many concerts. If you're wanting like big entertainment, stuff like that, you're gonna have to go to Oklahoma City, which is about 95 miles, somewhere in there. Probably an hour and 10 minutes north of Lawton. You hit I-44. It's easy drive, but Oklahoma City has everything. And living in Lawton, the traffic's not bad, so it doesn't take you long. It's just really hour and 10 minutes, something like that. So I just don't want you to be surprised whenever you get to Lawton and you're like, where is everything? It's population of about 90,000, and it still has its small town feel, if that makes sense. Hey, but here's the thing. What Lawton, Oklahoma lacks in its nightlife, it more than makes up in your bank account, and that's what we're gonna hit next. One of the biggest reasons people are moving to Lawton, Oklahoma is because of the affordability. So your median price in Lawton, Oklahoma is $150,000 when the national average is $370,000. So that is 60% less than the national average. Average rent is about $700 to $800. But what is cool is people PCSing here, they can actually buy a house with their BAH and not have any money out of pocket and get in a house that they're making theirs that they can make into a rental property later on or sell and still make money. So they're not just giving that money away. It's kind of like the government's just buying you a house. Pretty sweet deal. With that being said, your dollar just goes further here in Oklahoma. Hey, if you want to know how much home you can get for your budget, that's a conversation our team has every day. Reach out and let's see what we can do. Hey, now that you know that your money goes further here in Oklahoma, let's talk about something that gives you pause. If you've ever checked the weather in Oklahoma, you probably know what I'm talking about. Con number 2 is the weather in Oklahoma. So in a single week, I've seen all 4 seasons. Wake up in the morning, it's below freezing. By that afternoon, it's 90 degrees. It's crazy here in Oklahoma. So summers here in Oklahoma are hot and long. They're also dry, We're under a drought a lot of times. I think last year was the first time we'd been out of a drought in a long time, but we hopped right back in. It didn't take long. So a lot of times you're reaching 100 degrees and over through the summers. August is usually the hottest part of the month. Last couple of years, it's rained longer, which has been very unusual, but it's made it nice. It's made the summer not seem as long. But no doubt, if you hate the hot weather, get ready. So let's talk about the winter weather here. So we get snow probably about once a year, but ice we may get a couple times a year. And they shut stuff down. It doesn't matter how much we prepare and how much we do, that ice gets us every time. And it comes every year. Usually there's about a week stretch or so. I can remember times in the past where we were without electricity for 14, 15 days because of the ice was so bad. Tore down power lines, all kinds of stuff. So let's talk about tornado season. Tornado season is super real. We live in the heart of Tornado Alley. So get ready. Just know where your storm shelters are. Know where your options are. That way you have a plan in place. It's not in case it happens. It's when it happens. To be honest, I've never been in a tornado. I've seen lots of tornadoes. I've stood on the top of the roof and looked in the distance and watched tornadoes hit transformers, stuff like that. But I feel like there's enough going on. The tech stuff has improved so much that if there's going to be a tornado. You're weather aware, just stay prepared. I like to watch News 9 out of Oklahoma City. I can't think of that guy's name right now, but he's pretty funny. He's got some good jokes and stuff. The guy's name out of Oklahoma City is David Payne. You'll want to download the News 9 app, and they give live updates, stuff like that. KSWO, 7 News. That's our local one. I mean, it's not bad too. I just like watching David Payne. He's pretty entertaining. Okay, so the weather can be intense, but what Lawton has to offer is its outdoor access, the things to do, stuff like that. It's probably got more things than any other small city in the country, so stay with me on this one. So Pro 2 is probably one of my favorites. I love the outdoors. The Wichita Mountains are located just outside your front door of Lawton. It's a $60,000 wilderness. We've got buffalo, or the American bison, whichever one you say. I call it buffalo, always have, but a lot of people come here and they say bison, so I'm not sure. We've got elk, we've got longhorns, we've got deer, we've got wild hogs, we've got prairie dog towns on the refuge, we've got lots of hiking trails, got the 40-foot hole. Don't swim in it, it's against the rules. Just don't get caught, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so then, right by the Wichita Mountains, you've got Medicine Park, which has a lot of mountain bike trails. They've got trails going next to Lake Lawton, which is a great place for outdoor fun. During the summer, you will see Lawton just plastered with people. It's a lake underneath the mountain, so it's very beautiful there. It sits right under Mount Scott. You've got bass, you've got saugeye, you've got walleye, you've got catfish, you've got flathead, channel cat, blue cats. So lots of fishing to do. Wakeboarding, you can get up early in the mornings and find lots of still spots in the water to wakeboard if that's something you're into. Lake Ellsworth isn't far away. It's pretty much just a fishing lake. There's lots of trees in that lake, but it's actually bigger than Lake Lawton, so it's a good spot too. If outdoors are your thing, there's just a ton of stuff to do. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, right? But before you start packing your bags, there's some things you need to factor in. This could be a big deal to some people. Con number 3, isolated location. So Lawton is a bit off the beaten path. Your major airport that will take you anywhere is in Oklahoma City. And you're looking at, like I said, about 95 miles, hour and 10 minutes, somewhere in there to get to the airport. You can't just hop on a plane in Lawton and go anywhere. We do have a small airport, but it's not going to fit all your needs. So if traveling is a big deal, keep that in mind. Your location of where you move might make a difference on those late night flight backs, or those early morning flights. Now, one of the reasons that Lawton's location may be in your favor is because you'll never sit in soul-crushing traffic again. And here's what I mean. Pro number 3, short commutes and no traffic headaches. So if you've ever lived in a major metro, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about because I've never lived in a major metro, but I got a buddy that he said it was always 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours out, just bumper to bumper traffic. I couldn't imagine. I'm sure that would be headaches galore. So whenever you're in Lawton, you're about, 14, 15 minutes from everywhere. It's great. So there's no big commutes to work. You're already on one side of the town before you even know it. It happens that fast. I was with a soldier the other day. We were driving around Lawton and he was talking about the traffic, how bad it is. And I was like, man, what you're looking at is the traffic. Maybe around 5 o'clock or something, getting off Rogers Lane, getting on the highway, you're looking at maybe an extra 5 minutes on your drive time if you're going to one of the small towns near us. But other than that, there's just not much traffic at all. It's great. And those hours that you lost in the metro that I was talking about earlier, now you get to spend that time with your family. So in a sense, Lawton is better for your family. Easy commutes are great, but what about your long-term stability, like your job, stuff like that? Hey, if you're trying to figure out which part of Lawton puts you closest to your job, like say if it's on Fort Sill or whatnot, give my team a call. We know this city backwards and sideways, and we know the exact right spot for you. Con number 4, the economy tied heavily to the military. Fort Sill is Lawton's greatest strength and also maybe its biggest vulnerability. So whenever they're having budget issues with the federal government or they can't come to an agreement and they have a shutdown, we are affected. I've got a friend who works on Fort Sill. She has a civil service job. Whenever that federal shutdown happens, sometimes she doesn't have any work. So I find her cleaning jobs, just stuff like that. She cleans houses. So I've got a cleaner if you need one. But that being said, the city has been trying to diversify There's a lot of new manufacturers, a lot of new stuff coming in, but for the most part, it is tied to the federal government there. It's tied to Fort Sill. So that is something that you're gonna wanna keep in mind if you're gonna be here long term. Just keep all that in mind. That said, the job market is stronger and more stable than most people think. So we're gonna break that down right now. Pro number 4, Fort Sill and stable job market. Lawton's economy is anchored in Fort Sill. It is one of the biggest and most important military installations in the whole country. That being said, we rely on it a lot, but there's also other manufacturers in the area. We've got Goodyear Tire Plant. My dad worked out there for 39 years. Got to retire whenever he was 58, made a good career out there, made good money, and now he's got Pappy's Fix-It Garage. So if you need your car fixed, I got that place too. But anyways, let's get back to it. We've got the Bar S place, or a Bar S factory. Not sure how many people work there, but it's a big manufacturer of hot dogs, bacon, stuff like that. You know, we've got the new aerospace company coming in. It's gonna be a $22 million facility. So I believe it's gonna have over 100 high-paying jobs. Whatever that means, high-paying. I like high-paying. Let's get in on that. The job market is more stable here and more diverse than people would think, especially coming from a small city like this. We've got nursing, tons of nursing. We got travel nursing. We got your VA. A nursing home houses 200 veterans. My wife works out there. That's actually where we met. I used to work out at the VA. It's out east of Lawton. Beautiful place. There's a lot of people coming in and moving here that are older, that are vets, that are retired. That way they have a place to go, a nice facility whenever that time comes. But a lot of different job market for sure. Hey, if you've been sitting here thinking that, hey, Lawton might be the place for you, we want to hear from you. Give my team a call, give them a text, give them an email. That way we can start working on your game plan and get you in the right spot, the right house, the right area that fits your needs. Give our team a call. Okay, let's keep going. So the next con, it could matter to you if you have kids or you're wanting to further your education here in the other area. Lawton has Cameron University, but if your children or you are looking for a big higher education experience, you're probably not gonna find that here. There's not a wide range of graduate programs. It's just your small town feel college, whatnot. Just kind of like the city. It's small, but it does have a 4-year degree. My mother got a degree there and got a great job on Fort Sill. But if you're wanting a lot more options, stuff like that, then you're gonna have to look at moving, or not moving, but making plans for whenever you relocate here to get the best area that can give you a shorter commute to Oklahoma City. That's gonna have stuff, Norman, you've got OU at Norman, you've got Stillwater too, which is Oklahoma State University. So there are some options here in Oklahoma, you just have to plan accordingly. Here's something that Lawton has culturally and a lot of people wouldn't expect it. It's something that a lot of places do not have. Pro number 5, rich Native American culture and history. Lawton, Oklahoma sits in the heart of Comanche County, which is rooted in Native American history. You've got the Great Plains Museum. There's a museum on Fort Sill you can go check out, but just tons of Native American history. You've got different powwows you can go to throughout the year and listen to them beat on the drums, do the music and stuff. It's super cool. Comanche Nation out north of Lawton, they'll have a big fair with rides, carnival rides, stuff like that, and then a powwow and stuff like that. I've got some friends that sing in them. Super neat. You know what else we got? We got the casinos too. So there's that. The region has deep roots in Native American history, particularly the Comanche Nation. The area draws in nearly 2 million visitors for its Native American things, its military stuff, just all kinds of different culture here. You've got the Museum of the Great Plains. You've also got a museum on Fort Sill. You've also got the International Festival and the Arts for All Festival. There's richness to this place that you usually don't find in small cities. Hey, I know you love that, but there's one more con that I want to be fully transparent on before you make any decisions. Now let's get into it. Con number 6, slower pace of development. Lawton has old infrastructure. Parts and lots of the city have not been updated in years, but that's starting to change with the amphitheater coming in, the stuff down at Lake Elmer Thomas Park. We've got the new aquatic. If you're looking for a polished city like OKC, something like that, they've got new stuff going on all the time, you're not gonna find that in Lawton. But I do believe there's a lot of good change coming right now in Lawton, Oklahoma. They're working on stuff on the west side. They're working on stuff on the 2nd Street, which is what Lake Elmer Thomas is off of. I hear we're getting a Best Buy. I'm pretty stoked about that, but they hadn't caught up like other cities do. Like I said, I think some things are changing, so keep that in mind. Pro number 6, young, diverse, and growing community. Lawton has an average age of 31 years old, which is well below the national average. I believe that's due to the military bringing young families in, a lot of training going on at Fort Sill. There's other job opportunities, and it's just bringing people all over the country and world. And I think a lot of the affordability, first-time home buyers it's not crazy for a young person, in their early 20s. Actually, one of the first houses I ever sold was to a teenager. She was 19 years old and she got in first-time home buyer program and got her house, so that can still be done here. But again, I just think it's super cool that medium age here in Lawton, Oklahoma is 31, and it shows up in the restaurants, the schools, the businesses, stuff like that. Hey, so there you have it. You got 6 cons, you got 6 pros, and you know a little bit more about Lawton. If you'd like to know more, reach out to my team. We can help you out. I know the city's not for everybody. I just wanted you to hear some real information about the local area. Hey, if you're still on the fence about moving here, check out my other video. It's everything you need to know before moving to Lawton, and get with my team and they can help you out and we can figure out next steps.